ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another edition of the LFC podcast, Beauty, Strength, and Dominance. I am your host, Mike Larkin, and joining me today, Happy New Year, everyone. It is the first podcast of 2022, and what a better way to start it out with the one and only Miss Shelby The Panther Paris. Shelby, it's a pleasure and a privilege to have you on. How are you?
I'm good. How are you? Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. I cannot complain. First and foremost, like I mentioned, what a better way to start the new year with the Panther in your life. And I got to say, looking lovely as always and killing it in Sturgis, man.
Yeah. Hey, I tried. It was fun, though.
Well, I look at it from a stance, too. Like, you killed it all the way around. And, I mean, you had great bouts with Jenny Bloody Valentine and Brooke the Guillotine Gilley, which we'll get into this forum. But there's some hot news coming out because the LFC Prospect Tournament, the LFC Madness, is back. And one of the many prospects that we get to see now is your girl, Miss Crystal Clark. And, Crystal, I cannot wait to see your debut. How excited are you to see your girl doing it up in the LFC rankings?
Oh, I'm so excited. She's such a good fighter.
Like, look at
she'll dominate.
Things too with her experience, and I mean, with LFC, everything comes with the territory from boxing, wrestling, MMA. She gets to have that old accoutrement and really showcase her style in the LFC.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. I mean, she's good at practically everything. I know she's really good at wrestling, and she's good at fighting. So she'll dominate. She'll kick some ass.
Agreed wholeheartedly. And I also look at it from a stance, too, where we're coming from so many women like Crystal and so many people from different art forms really getting into the LFC. I think it's another year where we get to bring in more prospects. And I mean, you yourself starting out as a prospect and going in hard at LFC 31 against Jolene and then doing your thing at Sturgis. I mean, it's a starting point for everyone.
Oh, yeah. It truly is.
And I think what's great about starting points as well, where it gets us, and I'm going to say right now, because we were talking about this before we even get into any of the bouts, I was bummed because I got to ring announce at the last LFC event in Vegas at Halloween, and I'm bummed that I missed you, man.
I know. I'm so bummed. I missed so many people I wanted to see too, but hey, you know what? It happens.
Well, I'm sure we'll meet again at a future LFC event in Vegas in the new year. I mean, I know there's going to be more events.
Oh, yeah. You'll see me. Don't worry.
Hey, there's a big hug with your name on it, my friend. So I definitely know I'll be seeing you for fun.
Good. I mean, I am the Panther. I'm pretty good at sneaking up on people.
Well, I got to say, if there was anybody else that would sneak up on me, that would be a problem. But you, please, Shelby. It's a pleasure as always. So I got you. Now, Shelby, we're talking about Sturgis here. I mean, you being a Sturgis girl, being on the bikes, looking as only as you can look. I got to ask you the Sturgis experience. You were back 3 epic nights of LFC action. How did it feel to finally get back to Sturgis, South Dakota?
Oh, it felt amazing. It was definitely, I forgot how big yet small Sturgis is. Like, it's big because there's like so many people, but small because it's such a small town. But I missed it. I went and visited another hometown, which is like 20 minutes away. So it was nice to be home and travel the Little Mountains area.
I look at it from a stance too as well, besides the travel and everything that's encompassed. I mean, we have so many festivals there and concerts and LFC. It was really a stacked 3 days. I mean, what a better way to add LFC top, right?
Oh, yeah. Oh, and those concerts were so fun.
I think I saw, I'm going to say this right now, shout out to Brooke Gilley. I think I saw you two doing your damn thing. And what was it, Shinedown was in concert at the right time? Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
And we were with Lauren the Animal, too.
Oh, okay. You see, now y'all have some good taste because we're going to talk about this, and I'm a pop culture, so here it comes. Shinedown, I'm talking about songs like Save Me. I'm talking about, I Dare You. I'm talking about Second Chance. Like, Shinedown, you cannot go wrong with that group, and they have been killing it for years upon years.
Yes, they are.
And I also look at it from a stance, too, man. Like, you have the Shinedown concert. What a better way to do it than after a night full of LFC, right? So here you are. We're going to talk about refereeing first because I got to say that outfit was smoking. You and Brooke killed it on the referee side of things. The best referee outfit besides Terry from the last one. Absolutely fabulous. Talk about being a ref, man, because like I said, you hold it right down the middle, and we got to see your officiating skills coming to fruition.
Yeah, okay, so that was my first time reffing. I was so nervous. I was like, oh, God, am I going to mess up? But no, it was actually a lot of fun. I threw a lot of water. I got water thrown at me.
Hey, I will say this. When it comes to the LFC fans and how rabid it is, I'm going to say when it comes to Sturgis, that's another one that comes to the territory because it's like those fans are so rabid and passionate. They'll throw water and stuff. At the same time, it's like, God dang, man, right?
Oh yeah, oh yeah. I mean, I didn't even get water thrown at me by the fans. It was more a certain coach.
Oh, all right. So, folks, go back and see. Go back and see.
Yeah, but you know what? I did not deserve the water thrown at me. I kind of got like stuck in the middle,
Yep.
but I got payback. I fucking dumped water up back on him. So
Uh, check out the
I
check out the ever-loving adventures of the coaches Leon Hader, Joel Kane, and just everyone in general from the water. My goodness gracious, yes. And of course, Audrey the Mongoose Monique. What is it with that? We got the water with you. We got Audrey and Bella, fighting each other, and Audrey's just sitting there coaching. It was nuts.
Yep. Oh yeah. And she's gotten into it a few times, and I had to like go in the dirt and break them up. Yeah, that was fun. That
Hey,
hurt though. That dirt hurt.
oh, for friggin' rhyming with it. That dirt hurt. Okay. So here's the thing, too. When it comes to the LFC events at Sturgis, we've seen them go on tables. We've seen them gone in the dirt. I mean, it legit is. It's dirt. It's ruddy if you've been to Sturgis. Like I'm saying, it's not going to feel fun.
Oh god, no. It's all rocks.
But I gotta say, for the epic nights that we all got to see the ladies of LFC do the damn thing from Sturgis, it's one of those things where we have 2 nights, we have 3 nights, we're gonna entertain. And I look at it from a stance with you. Now, I'm gonna say this because there's a lot of great people that start off, and right now you're still in the L column as I'm putting up the L with my finger here. I feel like All Star. Somebody put on some Smash Mouth, but I digress. It's one of those things, Shelby, where you got in there with Jenny Bloody Valentine, veteran LFC. You got in there with Brooke the Guillotine Gilley, also fellow Sturgis, also fellow comrade when it comes to the Sturgis side of things. Unfortunately, your record is now 0-3, so I'm looking for you to get a W in the next win.
Oh, it's coming. You just wait.
I bet. And I look at it from a stance too because Jenny Bloody Valentine said the exact same thing on this podcast because Jenny had been losing and losing, and then she's been on this winning streak. And we'll start with Jenny first because you two had a great bout. Guillotine straight back and forth. That leg scissor, man. You were you were out for the count, man. That was a hell of a submission she put on you, man.
Oh yeah, well I mean it's Jenny. Her legs like yeah, they get you just right and you're like, damn it.
Well, I mean, I think you held your own with her because, again, like you're started with Jolene in your LFC debut, and then you're going against the veteran like Jenny. I mean, like I said, you're kind of being thrown to the wolves, but you could really hold your own. I mean, Panther style, right?
Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean that was a good fight. It was funny. Jenny had accidentally like caught me like right in the like under chin,
Mhm.
and that's like instant like my feistiness came out, and you could just see me like just start kicking her.
Well, I really would like to add with that. I mean, like the feistiness did come out, and I'm going to say this about all the action here for those who haven't seen it. There's a lot of biting on the butts. There's a lot of biting. There's a lot of kicking. There's a lot of striking. Everybody really like upped the ante with like the shots this year. I was like,
Yeah.
so many bites, right?
Oh yeah, there's a lot of bites. There, yeah, I know I've repped quite a few where I'm like, I can't do anything.
Well, I will say this, like again with the Jenny stuff, like you're kicking. Well, here's the thing about Jenny. I mean, Stiffsky. You know what I'm saying? You're going in there with Jolene Stiffsky, Jen Stiffsky. Like you've been on the hands of a lot of stiffness. And when I mean stiffness, get your mind out of the gutters. I'm talking about forearms and shots. So the stiffness as far as that goes.
Oh yeah, no, I mean they're fun to fight. Jenny's my favorite to fight. She's fun to fight. She brings out the feistiness in me.
Hey, when you have a woman like Jenny Bloody Valentine, aka Jennifer Thomas, whether it's in the session world or the LFC world, you know you're gonna have a good time. So I mean, it all kind of coincides, right?
Yeah, exactly, exactly.
You also got to get in there with Brooke the Guillotine Gilley. Now, Brooke, I'm going to say right now, has now lost her undefeated streak as she did lose to Bella Inc. at LFC Sturgis. Now, you and her had a hell of a bout as well. Unfortunately, you got into that guillotine choke, which she is well known for, and took the L on that. But you two really showed each other what it's like to be from Sturgis and showcase that Sturgis momentum. Talk about working with Brooke, because I was really excited to see it when it was first announced.
Oh, I loved fighting Brooke. I kind of she has a little bit more background when it comes to fighting versus like compared to what I have. So I kind of already knew like, oh great, she's got some tricks up her sleeve. And you know what? She got me good with that guillotine. But it was a fun fight. It was a good fight.
It was, and I think again that encompasses LFC, the fun factor and the overall aspect. But god dang, man, she got you like guillotines and leg scissors and guillotine chokes. The use of the legs, like again, the ref spot and everything that you were doing. Like again, you were an integral part of that. So was every one of the women's. I mean, my God, Jolene is now the champ with the European title, the LFC World title. We saw newcomers like Gypsy Mac. We saw Shay the Fox Mazzato. We saw a lot of people really new come in, and a lot of familiar faces from LFC 31.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. There was. It was nice to see everyone though too. I'm like, hey, I remember you.
I was about to say you're going to be playing that game like, oh yeah, Sarah Brooke. Hey, I remember you from the last one, and here's me, Annabella, who's new. And okay. Now I also look at it from a stance too. How about Mai Richards? Mai Richards at the last Sturgis event starts off as a ring girl, and then she's getting in there and she's getting a couple W's, and she's working with Jenny. She's working with Sarah Brooke. Mai Richards did her thing.
Oh yeah, she definitely did. That a lot of these girls that you don't expect to have fighting skills have fighting skills. You don't want to underestimate the underdog.
Absolutely not. And I look at it from a stance to you, and this is why I also love and admire you from the training aspect. I mean, you start small fights, you're doing your thing with Ariel X and her company, which is an amazing bout with Nikki Sequoia. And then we see the bouts with you doing your thing with Lucha Girls, and here you are, LFC. Again, you're running the territory, and you're just killing it everywhere you go. And it shows. And I love the work ethic.
Hey, thanks. Yeah, I try. I've been training more, so you just wait. I got some tricks.
Hey, I'm gonna look at the stance too. I've seen some of your recent work in your photos, ma'am. So I definitely know that you're training in the damn thing, and that's with the utmost sincere respect, because I know how much you like to flex and do your thing. So I mean, hey, it showcases internally and externally. So again, it's a lot of love.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, also from a stance too, as well, we just had the holidays, man. We just had Christmas. It's a wonderful time to be around the family. I mean, with everything going on now with the Omicron and still everything mostly COVID heaven, if you will, I gotta ask, how was your Christmas?
Oh, that's fun. I mean, I just sat around and did nothing, but it was nice and relaxing.
You see, that's the thing too. I know everybody, when it comes to being from Long Island, everybody wants to go see the Radio City Christmas show, the spectacular, right? Like, but there's nothing wrong with just being around the family or just sitting around, just chilling and relaxing. Some of us need that R&R, and Christmas and a holiday like that is our R&R factor. Plus, it's too goddamn cold outside at times. So I mean, hey, we
Yeah,
get some nice warm up in the house, right?
yeah, yeah. Honestly, it's still cold. It's still very cold. Like I think it was like 40s or 50s here,
Really?
and it was raining. Which I like the rain, but still, I was like, what? All right, I'll take this. The fake snow.
Fake snow. I like your style. Okay. Well, I mean, Shelby, from a stance too as well. Like, I mean, you have rain, you have snow, you have everything that's going around, but at the
Mhm.
same time, it still makes for something that's nice, because there is actually a difference, and I'm glad that you brought this up. There's some people that like the rain and some people like the snow, and there's really nothing wrong with the rain. Like, people hate the rain, people hate the snow, but if you actually look at it from a symbolism standpoint, snow represents cold, but rain is like God's tears falling, as I would say. So there's a lot of symbolism behind the rain, if you will, to take it to a deep matter, if you actually think about it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's true. In living in South Dakota, I kind of got sick of the snow. It's not fun to drive in. I mean, the rain, it can suck to drive in, but it's a lot better than the snow.
True. So pretty much what
You
you're
don't
telling
get snowed
exactly. So I mean, what you're pretty much telling me is you're like Hillary Duff. You're coming clean. Let the rain fall down. Is that what you're telling me here, Michelle V. Paris, when it comes to the rain?
in, basically.
Oh my goodness. Now I look at it from a stance too as well. Now, from the lingerie side of things, I got to compliment you, because we talk about from the blue and everything that was encompassed with the rep. You were killing on the lingerie front, man. I will say, go out and watch everybody and how they styled and profiled coming out on the motorcycle. I got to say, you were rocking it again with the lingerie.
Hey, thank you. Thank you. I tried.
No, I mean, like I said, everybody does something new, but you, again, you had that style and the finesse. But with the referee outfit, I'm gonna say, Brooke killed it. You killed it on both sides, man. It's the voluptuosity factor, man. We got a lot of beautiful women, and it's a blessing. But I gotta ask you about the entrance too. We're coming out on the motorcycle again, Sturgis. It's that overall, keep your motor running, head out on the highway. Dare I say? How did it feel to come on the motorcycle entrance, man? Just the overall feel of that.
It was, I was nervous at first, but otherwise, I thought it was amazing. I thought it was so much fun. I am very glad I do not wear heels. I wear my Converse because I was like, if I try to get off on a bike in dirt in heels, I'm just gonna eat it.
Well, I mean, okay. Well, you have to come prepared with that. And first of all, again, like there's a lot of the ladies that wear heels, and we'll put that out there. But I'll be honest with you, I felt like I was watching a rock video, man. Put on some Newfound Glory, maybe a little My Chemical Romance. You're rocking the Converse, man. I felt like I was watching the walking form of a goth chick and a guy in a punk rock video.
Hey, that's my style. I love my Converse.
See, there's nothing wrong with that though, because I'll be honest with you, like I'm a sneakers guy and I love New Balance, and people will make fun of me for that because it looks like old school sneakers. But I'm like, it's comfy, and if it's good around your feet, just wear it. You know what I'm saying? It's the simple things, right?
Oh yeah, it definitely is.
And I look at it from a stance too. If there's anyone that can rock a Converse, Miss Shelby Paris, it is absolutely you. So we need more of the Converse, man. Like I said, it's a style, it's an image, it's a niche. Do you think?
Oh yeah. I found some Converse looking heels, so I may wear those too. You never know.
Okay. I was going to say, like, what can we expect coming from your next fight? Because there's going to be a lot more events in 2022. What can I expect if I do see you in person? Are we going to be rocking the Converse? Are we going to be rocking that blue? If I was green, I would die. Eiffel 65 style. What are we thinking?
Kind of depends on my mood that day. So we shall see.
All right, fair enough, fair enough. And I got to say, when it comes to Crystal as well, because I've seen Crystal's photos. If anybody has not checked out Crystal Clark, go to OnlyFans, check out LaundryFC.com. Crystal is another one that really can style and profile. She has an amazing look, and again, someone who I'm really looking forward to seeing in the LFC.
Oh yeah. And she's got good style too. You'll love her.
I cannot wait to see her, man. And I look at it from a stance too as well. Like, okay, so I'm going to put it out there. What if y'all are on different teams, or are you hoping more to be on the same team as her, or different teams? What are we saying? Because we could get that possible clash, man.
I mean, I'm kind of hoping that she's on my team because it'd just be fun. I could train with her all the time, but at the same time, it would be fun to compete with her too.
I mean, sometimes good friends, bitter enemies, man. You could tell a story right there. You know what I'm saying?
The enemy's close.
Absolutely. And I also look at it from a stance too as well. Like there's going to be so many more people coming in. And I mean, for me, you have a potential to have a lot of rematches going into the new year with Brooke.
Oh, I better.
With Shelby, with Jenny. But I mean, there's also newcomers, man. We saw so many people that came in for LFC 35, like an MJ, the Dominator, or we've seen people like Lauren the Animal Fogo, still a veteran, Terry Feisty Fist London, Scorpio, Volcana. Like, we could do a lot of them new matchups and fresh matchups in the Las Vegas area. So, I mean, hey, the sky's the limit for 2022, Shelby.
Hey, it is. It definitely is. It's a new year. Why not?
Exactly. And now from your workout side of things, we got to talk about this fitness here, man, because I know you've been trying to do your thing, get back in there, and I get admired. I love it. So what are we expecting more? The strike game, the kick game, the power game? What are we really working on here?
I mean, there'll be more strikes, but there'll be a lot of hits too, and there may be some groundwork.
Okay, I'm going to say this right now. If we get some catch can from you, man, and we see some systematic dissection, joint manipulation, I will be ready for that. And I will do it with a smile on my face because I will be watching that front, looking at that. I can't wait to see. So, no, that's an amazing thing because you're like Jenny in the sense of, like, she wanted to incorporate more ground game. And that's with a variety when it comes to, fighting. And, I mean, we all need that variety.
Oh, yeah. Because if someone is better at groundwork than you, you're stuck, because the second they get you down, how are you going to fight them? Like, you have to be universal.
Absolutely. And I also look at it from a stance too. Like, you've shined in your work with your chokes, with your holds. I'm going to say with your biting a little bit, ma'am. I've seen a little bit from you. We were talking about everybody biting and on butts and everything in general, man. Like I said,
I don't remember.
It was very brief, but I mean, I saw you like bite. I mean, you got feisty, man. You bit, you kicked, you did a lot of things, man. Everybody had a little bit of bite to him, like literally and figuratively, taking a bite out of life. Y'all were going wild.
I mean, it is Sturgis. We're meant to go wild.
This is very true. Now I have the flashbacks to my commercial since you said wild, the old Girls Gone Wild commercials. Friggin', it's like the Jerry Beads, but commercial stance. Oh my goodness gracious. Remember those back in the day?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, man. That was summer break, man, for everybody, man. And for those who have not seen it, it's pretty much to classify Girls Gone Wild. It's the early 2000s. It's spring break. It's summer break. It's just girls flipping up, and we get to see, like, we see Jerry Beats on Jerry Springer, and it's Woo at spring break. That's the general consensus of a 30-second commercial. Am I right?
Oh, yeah.
Those were fun, though. You know what I'm saying? For the time that lasted, like, a lot, you don't realize, like, a lot of things that were really, like, the thing at the time, like, it was everywhere. It was a buzz. It was a boom. I mean, they had their own pay-per-view, too, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But I got to say, that's the really whole how the sexualness and the overall voluptuosity factor has really evolved over the years, right? And we get to see a lot of different sex appeals.
Oh, yeah. And especially with LFC, like, there's so much sex appeal there. You're just already drooling where you're like, all right, well.
And I look at it from a stance, too, with you being so multifaceted with your adult work and LFC, man. I think the two worlds have really coincided for you, and it does show with everybody that's supporting you and your clientele. So, I mean, man, you're doing the damn thing on both sides, and it really does show, Shelby.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I hope so. Especially because I started taking intimacy and relationship coaching, where I'm like, oh God, there's so much.
Okay, wait a minute here. Okay, we got to talk about this. Intimacy. No, well, the last time we were talking about LC stuff, and I don't think you brought this up. Okay, so we got to talk about this now. Relationship coaching. First of all, that's awesome, and it really expands one's mind, and you get to, get a level field and do some knowledge. But how'd that come into fruition, man?
I mean, I've been wanting to do it for over a year, and then finally I found a school where I liked how they did their practices and everything. And I just went all in. It's nice because these two therapists, they give you the guides and the tools to help others. And they're well known within like the therapist group of people. So I'm like, oh, all right, well, this is good to learn from them.
See, I like that too because there's a lot of sex therapists and there's a lot of coaching in that. But what's very cool is like you get to learn not just the techniques, but really the overall stylings of just sex in general. But it does apply not just to the bedroom, but just in general. So I mean, it expands one's mind and horizons. I like that.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. I mean, and like with intimacy coaching, it's not just physical. There's a lot of emotional. There's a lot of people, hold in a lot of trauma or they have like different attachment types and stuff, and sometimes we don't understand that with partners.
I think it's very cool that we get a deep dive into the emotional side of things because, I mean, like you mentioned, the traumas and stuff, but it really showcases like what we like and what we've gone through. And I mean, if you can open up about that and being a very comfortable setting like you with the coaching side of things, I think it helps. And I mean, we're helping people, we're evoking emotions, but at the end of the day, if we can touch somebody's heart and help them, it's amazing, right?
Exactly. That's all I want to do is help and fight.
Oh my goodness. I was about to say make love, not war, but hey man, you're coming back with the war and fighting and biting. Okay. I like your style. But okay, all right. Okay. But no, I think again, multifaceted, man. The working out, the strikes, the love. So I gotta say, you're a very deep rooted human being, and I love that about you.
Hey, I have to. It keeps me occupied.
Well, here's the thing. Okay, I'll take this deep with the mind stimulation here, man. If you're not getting your mind going, if you're not getting your mind right and your grind right, literally and figuratively speaking, hello. But it's one of those things where it's just, you have to be very multifaceted. If you don't know it until you try, you know what I'm saying? You don't want to just stay in one lane. Sometimes you want to explore the different lanes, right?
Oh, exactly. You don't want to get stuck in one thing. You want to be able to expand your horizons.
Agreed wholeheartedly. And I look at it from a stance too as well. And I think that's also what I love and admire about LFC. Now with the LFC, yes, it's lingerie fighting championship, but what's also cool about it is women like yourself, the empowerment factor, and just every woman, just we get to see what they like, what they enjoy, and it really does open the world just to see what the whole company and everything that's really symbolizes and represents LFC.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
And I think for you, I think what's also great, I think with every woman, let's talk about the empowering side of things. I think what's awesome about you is you do have that empowerment about you. And I got to say, you're a very strong woman, and that does showcase not just physically, but I mean, I think that also encompasses your empowerment.
Good. I had a lot of growing to do.
Oh, true that, but I look at it from a stance too, like everybody goes through stuff. And I think it's one of those things where it's like, but with every situation, whether it be negativity breeds negativity, positivity breeds positivity, whatever situation it is, as long as you see the path that you want to go to and you know you want to make a change, just got to make the right changes and everything will unfold as it should.
Exactly.
And I
Takes
got to
time, but
it does, and I gotta say, from like the time side of things, and I've always said this, I think you can agree. It doesn't matter the length of time; it could be weeks, months, days, years, what have you. As long as you make that time, that's really what worth it is. The journey.
oh yeah, exactly.
So the journey that will also take us to is the LFC into the new year, 2022. Which first and foremost, did 2021 feel like it just went by in a blink like that, man? Because all of a sudden it's 2022. Didn't even feel like it was even Christmas, man. Because the year went by pretty fast.
It did. It went by quick. And there's not a whole lot of holiday cheer, so it's so hard to even do anything.
Okay, now you see, I had that same thing because it's really one of those things where it's just like nobody's really in the mood. It's been a tough year with everything that's
Yeah.
going on in today's society. It's like nobody really wants to do anything. And it's like you start playing the Christmas music. Here's Mariah Carey in November, and it's like no, like pump the brakes. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Exactly.
Now I'm gonna say this right now because we've talked about this certain group. If you don't ever come out to a Venga Boys song, an LFC, and I know it may be copywritten, Sean, but still, we've talked about it so many goddamn times on this podcast that it never gets old. If you don't come out to a Venga Boys song, I will be mad. Just it has to happen one time. You coming out to the Venga Boys, man. And what the hell is it about the Venga Boys? Because you and I love our European pop, but what is it as far as Venga Boys go? Is it the Six Flags commercial, or is it just get you in the mood?
It gets me in the mood. I love the Banga Boys. It's so upbeat.
Absolutely. And I mean, here's the thing, like you and I have talked about jamming to boom, boom, boom. I want you in my room and we like to party. We like to party. Do you recall
Mhm.
any other Venga Boys like hits besides that? Because those are like the two big ones, like off that album.
I know they have quite a few. I just can't think of the names at the top of my head. Because I like on Spotify, I have the Banga Boys radio. So it plays like a mixture of theirs. It plays Aqua. Like it just goes through it all.
This woman's got the Venga Boys radio on her Spotify. Why am I not shocked by this, Shelby? And I love it even more. They Spotify.
Hey,
But true. Okay. And I mean, we also had ATC back in there. Remember Touch of Class with La 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 La? It goes around the.
yeah. Oh, that's a good song too. That's on the radio station.
Okay. Now you see, this is what the definition of Euro pop was, man. It was 90s, 2000s. Again, one hit, but what a hit it was.
Oh yeah, a one-hit wonder.
It was, but I look at it from a stance too. Actually, I remember it's funny, and I'll tell this brief story. So I was in elementary school at the time, and that song came out, so it's 2000. So I remember. So for those that remember, God rest his soul, Regis Philbin. Before he had Kelly Ripa, he had Kathy Lee Gifford. They were on the talk show performing it, and I wanted to see. I wanted to see them perform so bad that I mean, I had to be at school at like 8 something, but we didn't get there till 9. And so yeah, my mom let me stay and just watch the live at Regis and Kathy performance. You know what I'm saying? My mom and I weren't early birds, but hey, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes you gotta miss a little school while we were doing really nothing. I want to see me some ATC, a touch of class.
Yeah, no, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, no, those were the days. And I look at it from a stance too now with what we have in the year 2022 now, which I can't believe 22 years later as we're still talking about it. It's one of those things that in general, like everything's so involved with music and sports and combative natures. I've always said this, and I include you in these sentiments. Women have been killing the game, and we got empowered women like Shelby Paris and so many people doing their thing. Like y'all are really, really in the lane. It's really nice to see a focal point now on how dominant women are in sports and women are empowering in general.
Exactly.
And I think it's going to get even more better as we get into yourself, Crystal Clark, and so many prospects. Guys, LFC madness is going on. It's a beautiful thing. We had people from T. Bella Madison, Bella Rockefeller, Sheena the Hungarian Princess Bathory, excuse me, and Shay Lynn. People coming from LFC Madness 1 and 2. We are in LFC Madness 3. I hope to see Crystal Clark. I hope to see whoever is I hope we get to see more with LFC Madness 3 and whoever we got. But we got a lot of prospects. So go to LandryFC.com/prospects. Check out Crystal Clark and who we got because it's a good time for LFC. And now I'm going to ask you, we got a lot of potential opponents for you, Miss Shelby Paris, but who are you looking to more for the future? I mean, Jolene's got the belts, Jenny a rematch, Brooke a rematch. Who are we looking for now?
Oh god. Sarah would be fun for Lauren the animal. Oh god. Anyone on the pink team?
Yes. Well, I look at it from a stance with Sarah. Like Sarah Brooke has made a couple appearances. We saw her go against Maya Richards and Mia Annabella, and we saw her take on Lauren in her debut. I think that would be fun. And I mean, Sarah the Beast Brooke is another one. I mean, that's been dying with LFC. I mean, we haven't seen her until now in LFC, and I think it's great because she did some catfighting work and a lot of stuff. But I think you two would mix it up. She's got the arm bars and the submissions and the triangle chokes, and so I think you two would have a nice. Oh, absolutely. And I think any bout that we have coming up is going to be fun. And I think LFC is going to be amazing in the new year. Check out LFC on Roku, where you can see this interview and so much more content from the events and everything in general. And I think LFC is going to continue to grow, man. We got the network. How excited is that to have the network and we're on a Roku channel, Shelby?
Oh, that's so exciting. I love it. I love that it's a part of Roku now.
Hey, man, we get to see ourselves doing our thing from the podcast side of things and the LFC event side of things. And plus, when it comes to Roku, who doesn't want to stream LFC Network? See a lot of beautiful women like Shelby doing their thing. Technology right at our fingertips, folks.
Exactly.
And Shelby, I will say this, god dang, it's always a pleasure and a privilege to have you on the show, and you always make me smile with your overall vibrancy and bubbliness. And like I said, this is the third time I think we're doing this show, but it's joy every time. So I got to first and foremost thank you for your time as always.
Oh yeah, of course. I love being on this.
Thank you, and I love having you. So before I was about to say, you know, feisty with me now. Of course, I better. Now, I'm going to be worried now. I got to look around because I know your feistiness. I got to look out for that hug, man. I'm just waiting for you to sneak attack me.
Oh, I will.
I look forward to seeing you, my love. So, before we close this out, I will. Oh, this woman right here. Before we close this out, check out Shelby's work on Twitter, Instagram, and OnlyFans, which I'll have you promote in a second here. But man, again, the modeling side of things, everything in general, you have been hitting on all cylinders, and now coaching, for God's sake, man, very multifaceted. Let everybody know where we can follow you of all lines of works: Twitter, Instagram, OnlyFans. The floor is yours. Go ahead, Shelby.
I make it really easy. My Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, even my OnlyFans, the username is all the same. It is Real Shelby Paris.
Okay, first and foremost, again, I always love the Real Shelby Paris moniker because, you know, you're real. You're as real as it gets. You're blunt. There's a lot of meaning behind that, man, that really showcases your character. So it's nice and simple for the people, right?
No, yeah, exactly.
Check her out on OnlyFans because it's a lot of great content. Same with their Twitter and Instagram. You always post a lot of fun feeds, and I got to say, it's always great sometimes getting in on your lives where you're talking with people just chilling like a villain, maybe in your car having some fast food. It's the daily life of Shelby Paris, and I love to see it.
Oh yeah, because last time when you popped in, I was showing off my paintings.
Oh, okay. You get to show off a lot of things, and I think it's great. Or sometimes you're just throwing chips or something, and it completely misses your mouth, and it's absolutely hilarious. Because that is
I caught one last time.
Okay, true, but still, it's hilarious. You know what I'm saying? You're just being you, and it's wonderful. Like I said, if you've not checked out a Shelby Paris live, get it on those lives, man. Hop in, say hello.
Yeah, come say hi.
Shelby Paris, do you have any final words for the LFC universe, man? You're coming back off of Sturgis. We got more events to come in 2022. What can we expect from Shelby the Panther Paris in 2022?
A lot of fights.
I love this woman. And folks, as I always say with this show, beauty, strength, and dominance, the three key elements that make women the work of art that they are. And Shelby the Panther Paris, I include you in those sentiments. Thank you so much for your time.
Oh, you're welcome.
And have a happy and healthy new year. We will see you later on in 2022. Bye, everyone.